I'm Lauren Kelly.
And I'm Chelsea Beers, and you are listening to...
It's ApPARENT. Because for some people, it's just not obvious.
A weekly podcast where we discuss and laugh about parenting, all the joys and sorrows, and all the special parts of us that died as individuals while drinking booze.
Cheers!
There we go. Always. Hey.
Gotta push start twice.
Zing-a-ding-ding.
Cheers.
Good morning.
To another day. Welcome home, Chels.
Thank you. Here I am. I'm back.
Guys, she's been on tour for 2.5, almost 3 full weeks you were gone, right?
Almost 3 weeks. Yes.
These guys didn't have to do without us, so they didn't realize. But that was the longest I've gone without seeing you since I met you.
That's absolutely true. And my son as well.
Like, well, screw you, son. I had withdrawals.
Right. Yeah, if FaceTime was not a thing, I don't know if I would have been able to survive that. So I don't know how these comedians or these, traveling people that travel for work before FaceTime survived being gone from their families, because it was like physically painful to be away from Chance.
Well, ultimately, I mean, the goal will be, right, for you to bring him along.
Yeah.
Although I guess if he's in school, then.
Right. So, I mean, we have to play with all that, and that's in the future. If we have to deal with that, we'll deal with that. But as of right now, I mean, I loved being on the road, and I loved doing comedy on the road and new clubs for new people, writing new jokes. And it was a fascinating time. I learned a lot. Started in Canada. From Canada, we went down to Seattle. From Seattle, we went to Portland. Portland, we went back up to Seattle. Then we went over to Boise. We stayed in Boise for almost a week. We were there for like 4 or 5 days. And then we went back to Seattle, did shows in Kirkland, in Richland, and in Tacoma. So we had and then from there, we came back down to California and came home. So it was almost 3 weeks of constant travel, constant joke telling, and getting paid. Yay!
So refreshing. So refreshing.
It was awesome. And the cool thing is that, these clubs want to book me again. So it's like I'm building up my repertoire of, of bookers to reach out to, producers to reach out to. And I'm starting to plan next year. It's like, okay, let's get back on the road. Great. I'm home now. Great. But what's next? Well, let's keep going. It's like the life of an actor, the life of a comedian. You sign up for a life that's you're never satisfied. It's just, even, I think I've said this before. I have a friend that's currently on Broadway right now. And he's in the original cast of the Mean Girls cast that's on Broadway now. And this is like a lifetime dream of his. But now it's like, it's happening right now. And right now this is awesome. But what's next? Right. So it's like you can reach your goals when it comes to acting and comedy, but you're always like, okay, but then afterwards, what's going to happen? What are we going to do? So,
because it is, at the end of the day, it is all temporary. I mean, even those people who were like on Friends and stuff, like that was however many seasons, however many years, and then it was over.
Everything. Yeah. It's all temporary. It's all, just, live in the moment for sure, but it's like you always have to, know you have to be prepared for what's to come, you know? So, yeah, it was good. It's good to be back. It was a little weird coming back and like jumping right back in, okay, now I have to figure out, I have to jump right back into being a mom. Right, you know what I mean? Right. It's like, and so that was a rude awakening because I had uninterrupted nights while I was on the road, which is rare. I wasn't used to that. So actually it was kind of comforting to, go back to sleep with Chance and just get kicked in the throat. And I was like, oh, home. So that was nice to come back to that. But Chance was so excited to see. He did not let me go. So I got him. I came. Oh God, I can't remember the timeline because it was like it's been like one long ass day. But Josh brought him over to me, and he kind of saw me. Josh was holding him, and he saw me, and he waited a minute, like it wasn't really true, and then he like leapt out of Josh's arms and just like lunged for me, and I was like, cute. And then he just held my neck and just squeezed me so tight, and then I held him, and then we went inside, sat on a couch, and for 10 minutes, he just wouldn't get up. It was just, I need to just hold you. So then that night, I put him to bed, but I wanted him to be sure. I was like, I'm going to be here when you wake up. Like, I don't want you.
Right.
Because I feel like this kid has like been traumatized from not seeing me. So, he went to sleep, and I actually fell asleep with him at 8 o'clock in the evening because I was so tired. And we slept all night until about 6:30, 6:45 in the morning. But all night long, he kept re-finding me and just making sure that I was there.
That's like, so cute.
He would touch my face. In the middle of the night, he was dead asleep, and he grabbed my face and kissed me. And I was like, oh, my God, my heart is exploding.
It's like a brand new relationship. Oh, that's cute.
It's so cute. So, anyway, this kid is the most empathetic. Like, he's just filled with so much emotion and love, and it's so beautiful to see that. So, so I'm back with my son, and I'm back in the swing of things.
Good.
But it's funny, because I went on tour with my friend Miles Weber, who we've talked about multiple times, who is just an amazing human being, but also a very, very funny comic. And he was saying, now that you're back, he's like, you're gonna get the itch. Like, these shows around town aren't going to satisfy you anymore, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's a little interesting. But I haven't even done a show yet since I've been home. My first one is I think I have a show tomorrow, but I haven't done one yet, but I understand what he's saying. You know what I mean? Like, just going to a brand new place and talking with management and watching the place fill up and stuff like that in a brand new city, a brand new club with brand new staff. It was just this excitement that's just brewing around it. And so I don't know. I think he's right that, I'm going to go into a club that I've been to a million times and be like, all right, let's do this,
Right.
So I don't know. It's, we'll see. But, so I'm excited for what's to come and the next one and all that. But it was an amazing learning experience, and I'm so glad that I did it.
Well, keep trucking along, Chels. That's the goal. You get it.
Chugga, 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 chug. Yes.
So school's starting.
Right.
Well, not for you. You're far off on that, I guess.
Right.
But, you're at the point you're seeing all the kids' photos, and everybody's going up on Facebook. I
just remember school starting in September. Am I the only one?
No, they have changed it. They have. They start school earlier now in California, and then they give them longer breaks. Like, remember, we only had one break for Easter. They get two.
Two Easter breaks?
Yeah, they have multiple days off throughout the year, so that's kind of how they decided to do it, which is a little bit strange. I'm not quite sure what that's
weird.
All about.
Don't you remember having like 3 months off for summer? It was all of June, all of July, all of August.
I do.
September was the back to school month.
Yep, I do.
So this is very strange to me.
Yeah. I was just thinking the other day, because my kids are getting, they're getting amped up and ready. They hate school. So they're not excited at all.
Yeah.
But I think about all these kids, like, school was so harsh,
Oh,
and I'm seeing some of these people post pictures of their kids, and every kid goes to that gawky weird stage,
right?
And as parents,
some of us never get out of it.
As parents, you want to encourage them to be whoever they are, and know that they might get picked on here and there, but our job is to make them feel comfortable and not tell them. Danelle used to do it with the kids, where he'd say, you look like we found you, and it's like, can you stop? Because I drop them off at school, and I see every kid looks like that, so it's like, just let them do what they're gonna do.
Oh, I get it.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
I didn't understand.
If he wears mismatched socks, it's because every other kid is wearing mismatched socks.
Oh, that was totally a thing. I did friends. That. Right. Yeah. 2 different shoes. Oh, I'm so on the edge.
Right. But I know that school year means for some kids, like, really horrible experiences, and it makes me so nervous for them.
Yeah.
And my kids too. Like, I mean, I look at them and I think, oh, they're probably the cool kids, but they probably have some social things. I mean, look at how much they've been lacking playing video games and messing with social media this summer.
That is so interesting that you say that.
Maybe they're out of it.
I was actually thinking about that last night. I didn't even know we were going to talk about this, but I was actually thinking about that last night because I went to an exercise class taught by a girl that I graduated with. We've been friends since we were in middle school. And I worked right next to another girl that I graduated with, who I've been friends with since middle school. Like, these are women that I've been friends with for 20 plus years.
Yeah.
And
small world.
Right, small town. It's a small town. And so but I looked at them and I was like, now I always looked at her, you know, at one of them as being like super popular. She was always, you know, this. And I'm like, I wonder how I was perceived.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, because I was friendly to everybody, and it seemed like I could jump from group to group to group.
Yeah.
You know, like I was part of the drama kids.
Me too,
then I could go and hang out with the black group. Mm-hmm. You know, like even some of the goth kids were my friends, mm-hmm. and I would come and say hi to them, and like I would bounce. You know, there were the cheerleaders, and I was friends with them. There were this, you know, these sports, you know, girls and blah blah blah. I was in art as well, so
right.
there's that group. And I would bounce from all of them because I didn't want to just be with one group.
Right.
And then I'm like, oh, so how was I perceived?
Right.
Like, did people look at me and be like, oh, she's poor, she's this, or, you know, was I white trash and I have no idea? I don't know how I was viewed, because you don't know that.
Right.
You know, it's just, but I will tell you this, going to my 10-year reunion, right, which was in 2009. When did we graduate?
99.
So 2009. So back in 2009, we had our 10-year reunion, and a bunch of us showed up, and it turned into that, where this clique stayed together, this clique stayed together,
yep.
and I bounced around just like fucking high school, and I'm like, can we get past this? And
right.
there were a couple people that didn't want to talk to me, and this, and I was like, can we throw that away? We're adults now. Like, this is ridiculous. So that was very eye-opening, that some people don't change and grow out of that shit, but the cliques and the stuff is very, 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 very real. And sometimes it does hurt kids, you know? I mean, we've talked about 13 Reasons Why a million times on the show, but it's real.
Well, I hear the kids say, my friends, my friends, my friends. And I've never seen any of these friends, like my oldest especially. Oh, so-and-so, he's my friend. And I'm like, I mean, who is this ghost person?
Oh, yeah. But
and if it
is
an actual person?
He actually calls people that he's playing video games with online,
I think,
his friends, right? And
yeah,
these are people that he's never met, or
definitely
that live in Beijing, you know, and
right.
it's like,
correct.
And it's like, you know, and it's just, like, are we to that point now where everything's online?
Well,
even
that's what I mean.
Dating as adults.
That's what I mean.
It's like, when I talk to people in the audience now at shows, and I'm like, how did you guys meet online? And they're like, no. And I'm like, what? Like, it blows my mind. I'm like, how did you fucking meet? And Miles says the same thing. You know, he's like, you guys didn't meet online? You guys met in the wild? And, like, that's what he says. And it's like, that's true now.
Yeah.
Meeting someone in person is so weird.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I just got a text that took me out of this.
Very much. Yeah, that was like
so sorry. I'm so sorry. So anyway, it's almost weirder, because I look at that and I'm like, how did you meet this person in the wild and you didn't, like, get Me Too'd? You know what I mean? Like, how did this transpire?
I don't know. And maybe that's the issue that I'm having, is because for me, that is still very much a part of who I am. Like, the same as you in high school, I jumped around. I love to connect with people. Even now, you know, at lunch, if I end up having a lunch that either, you know, connects with somebody else or we overlap in lunchtime at work.
Yeah.
I don't sit on my phone. We talk about our lives.
Right.
And maybe I'm the creepy weird one at work that does that. And maybe they excuse it because I'm, like, older. I don't know. But
that's true. That's exactly what's happening.
But I genuinely like it. I genuinely like it.
I know.
And, you know, and so for me,
because this cannot be replaced. Talking with a human person,
right.
looking at like, you know, like a lot of apps and shit now, you can't call customer service.
Right.
They don't have that.
Right.
You can chat with an associate online.
Right.
And write the little and chat with them that way. Mm-hmm. I want to talk to a human.
Well, that's my point. So I brought this up, like, when we first started doing the shows, because I brought up my youngest was wanting to ask this girl out.
Oh my God.
And so we asked, like, you know, what should I do? And
right.
we said, you know, you invite her to ice cream or something, or invite her, you know.
Oh my God, so cute.
But he did, but he said, I'll call her, but then he'd text her.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and then it's like, okay. At first I'm like, I don't want my kids to be the kids that just text girls and just, like, you know, same with, like, their parents. I want them to be able to, and granted, they are able to sit down at a dinner table without a phone. That is something that I instilled in them. It's no problem. But I don't want them to do that. But then what if they're the only kids that actually do that? And then their peers and the girls especially, what if they look at them like they're weird because they want to get together and have a dinner and actually have a conversation? Which would also be strange with my kids because they are not like super communicative anyway.
Right.
They're very much their father's sons.
Right. I was gonna say that comes very.
But they don't have a hard time talking to me. But I'm also the one who will start the conversation.
Exactly. You are 100% the extrovert.
What if they're out with these little broads and they're just on their phones all the time and they just sit there? I mean, I watch them all as their little clique downtown when they're all sitting there. No one's really having conversation.
Right.
They're picking on each other every once in a while.
You're just creepily watching them from across the street.
Yes.
That's weird. You should.
Is it more creepy than what they do online? I don't think so.
Absolutely. Stepmom with binoculars.
I see you, motherfucker.
Anyway, I don't know. I hesitate and I'm worried about it because they got their phones back, but they don't have the option to be on social media because they've misused it.
Right.
And
but they will find a way. Let's all be honest.
At some point, for sure. And you know what? I challenge them to do it because they should be, to an extent, defiant.
Right.
And if they're not
16 and 15, is that what they're
17 and 15.
17
and if they're
and 15?
not, then we have an issue.
Right.
You know what I mean? But again, the rules are there for a very good reason. And my biggest goal, especially with all this social media shit, you guys have heard me for years squawk about it. It can be dangerous and it can be detrimental to your life later.
Years?
What the kids,
we haven't been doing this for years.
Well,
who?
My mom listens.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
That's our number one listener.
Our audience is your
actually, ironically,
immediate family.
It's actually not my mom. It's actually my stepfather who listens the most. He's probably our biggest fan. But that's only because I subscribed him.
That's
him and Joanna. I subscribed him on his phone, so he has no choice. It just comes to his phone. So then when it's on there, he's like, oh, okay, I'll listen.
That's how we get our listeners. We just steal your phone.
That's what they say to do. How do you find me? Oh, let me see your phone.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, people should date that way.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
no, that's even worse.
Yeah. Oh, what are you doing later? You know what? Just give me your phone. Oh, I just called myself, so now you have me in there. And I saved a picture, a selfie.
Right. And then do you always save people in your phone by where you meet them? Like, I 100% save it. Like, actually, it'll be like...
But that doesn't explain the asshole I have in my phone. I have an asshole in my phone, and I have another one that says, like, something weird, like VR or something. And I'm like, what is that?
See, yeah, like, I have a couple, like, don't answer, this person won't shut up. Like, I have a few saved in my phone like that. Like,
you know what? I will be honest about something, though. The way that we have this technology, because we didn't have this, I mean...
Oh, yeah, this is new for us.
There's a part of me that kind of wants to start over with some of this stuff because I never got to do it that way.
What are you talking about?
With everything, like with dating, with everything, like just like the way my kids are doing it. Like that's what they're growing up with.
Someone posted a meme yesterday. I don't know who posted it or who's responsible for it or any of that, but it said, I'm so glad my childhood was not
online.
My childhood wasn't me growing up like this, and it showed pictures of just a group of friends on their phones, and it said my childhood was this, and it was some kid crying in a shower, and I was like, that's perfect.
Oh, shit.
That's so perfect, because you had to actually feel,
you had to deal with it
stuff. Where I feel like so much of now of like the generation is desensitized from like human emotion.
Well, they're not encouraged to feel shit. Let's be honest. I mean, we live in a society where as soon as you feel something, there's a pill for that. Don't get distracted by it.
Right.
Don't God forbid you get upset or cry or get frustrated or want to punch a pillow.
But one of the side effects is suicidal thoughts, and then these celebrities kill themselves.
But we just talked about that on a couple shows ago. It's like, listen, I don't think, and I'm just going to be the one to bluntly say it. I don't think suicidal thoughts are that odd.
Oh no, I have them constantly.
I don't think it's that odd to contemplate ending your life. I'm not saying it's healthy. I'm not saying everybody should do it. I'm not in any way saying that the person that is thinking that doesn't need an outlet or an arm or medication. Right. I'm just saying we have to stop suppressing every single feeling. I mean, even happiness. Half of these people you see online aren't even really genuinely happy.
Right.
So we never actually get that.
I was thinking about that recently too, because recently Chance hurt himself, like he stubbed his toe or did something, hit his head on something. He's a boy, and he did this weird thing that I hadn't seen him do before. I mean, I've seen him do it a couple of times, but when I first thought it scared me, was that he felt the pain. You could see that he wanted to cry, but he was like he was holding it in, and it really hurt, but he was like almost trying to stifle it, and I was like, well, where the hell is this coming from? And it like scared the hell out of me, because if my son needs to cry, you're fucking cry. Don't be embarrassed by that. Cry, be true to yourself, and live through that emotion. I want you to feel what sadness, what pain is. I want you to feel all this. And then it scared me, because I'm like, where is he picking this up from? Right. Where is he learning this? Right. This is not like a natural, organic.
Well, especially since you've never been the mom that runs to him as soon as he gets hurt. You look at him first to kind of equate what it is, and then you'll comfort him.
Right.
So he's never just crying to cry to cry.
No, because he knows that I talk to him like an adult. You know, what's going on? Why are we crying? Tell me what you're feeling right now. Like, we talk stuff out.
It's good.
I don't understand what he's saying, but like we talk stuff out.
But that's like talking to any guy, right?
It's fine.
That's just life.
So, right. But I do want him to, and that does scare me. Like, bringing this full circle back to school, it does scare me, because Chance is so, he's so loving, and he's so free with his emotions, hugging, kissing, all this stuff. And I know that that's going to go away, and it terrifies me.
It'll go away, but then it will hopefully come back.
That terrifies me.
Do you know? I mean, that's what everybody tells me. It'll hopefully come back.
Right.
We never instilled in the boys, when I came into this family, them giving us hugs at night. They just did it. Mm-hmm. They just did it. When I came up...
Your boys are big huggers, which is really, really refreshing to see. And they do that with anyone that comes in your door. Yeah. They say hello to everybody. They look you in the eye, and they are huggers. And it's very, very... Because my hugging kind of went away. I was a big hugger growing up, and now it's few and far between when I hug, which is weird. Because I feel like I'm a very loving person, and I feel like it kind of went away, and it hurts me to do that. But I don't want to force a hug. That's weird.
I know.
That's kind of rapey.
No,
like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So
me too.
Right. Me too. Hashtag me too.
I know. It's true.
Yeah. It's like, I'm not a big hugger, but I love receiving hugs. I love hugs, but it does not come second nature to me anymore, and I don't know what that is, what made that turn.
Well, what's really funny for me is that the boys will still do it. I mean, look at their ages, and we'll all sit there and we'll watch. We just got done watching Dexter. I know I'm really far on the curve, but we watch that as a family, because that's like it. Like, we find it a totally inappropriate show to watch together, so we can hilarious. All have this conversation about why did they have sex, and then he killed somebody, and we can have a conversation about it.
I like that you're starting with the classics. Like we finished Happy Days. Yeah. Now it's Dexter. Yeah. Then we're gonna go into like you're really going.
Oh, we're
back.
on to Breaking Bad now.
You're going back.
Yeah, we're watching Breaking Bad together as a family now.
Breaking Bad is a dope ass
show. I know.
That was I had to have a go to when I was pregnant, because you have to have like something that you like watch, because you're sitting a lot, And we did. Josh and I were watching Breaking Bad, and I did not think I was gonna get into it. I was like, I'm not good. This is stupid or amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it's really good. And the boys like it too. And I think they like the fact that we don't judge them for watching the stuff that we were, especially like the sex stuff or whatever. When they were looking at it on their own constantly, it was like this big ordeal. Right. But then it's like, it's life, dude. It's not the end of the road.
Right.
I want them to experience it. I want them to, feel comfortable in their skin, and I want them to find women attractive. I just don't want them to look at them like objects.
Or men. Hell yeah.
I don't know where we were going.
They were hugging.
They're hugging. Huggers. So at the end of the night, normally on school nights, they'll go to bed earlier, although that doesn't happen much anymore, because I've seriously grabbed this mom thing, and it's like, as soon as I go to bed, I'm like, good night, I'm going to bed. Or sometimes now, because they're teens, I'm like, I'm going to bed now, good night. And they're still sitting there watching the show, and I'm like, it's time, because I also work out at 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, you're nuts.
So anyway, but they will hug me and I will hug them, and they'll do the same with their dad. And it's funny because I was thinking about it the other day. They do it with most people who come by the house.
Yeah.
Especially like family, friends, and things like that.
Yeah.
They've gotten very good with like handshakes and things for people they don't know. But they will still do that at their age.
Yeah,
if they go to bed first, they will come and do their rounds and give me a hug, say goodnight to the cat, say goodnight to the dog, say goodnight to their dad.
It's very,
and me,
very cute.
and then go to bed.
I mean,
and it's just like
they're loving boys, you know, like you can see that when I bring Chance over.
Oh, God, you know, seeing them with little kids is my favorite thing. They're so good.
Yeah. It's really, really, it's refreshing to see that, you know, and then to Chance, they're adults, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
Like he knows absolutely nothing about age or time or space or anything, you know. So I mean, I'm 100, and
well, the boys thought
the
that
boys are like,
the boys thought, get this, the boys thought that and not because of visually, thought that
let's get that out of the way right
let's
now.
just talk about that.
She
real
also
quick.
sells skincare because we want to look younger.
Correct.
Okay.
They thought I was older than their dad and their mom.
Stop it, I'm dead.
And I shit you not, Danilo asked them about that later. And they said, well, because she always makes the right choices. Like she's a sound mind.
So you see, and I told you this from the fucking beginning, is that
I don't think they use that word sound mind.
They look at you as you are the anchor. You're the rock. You are the only constant that has shown them the correct way.
Well, I really wish that my husband and his ex-wife would get on board, because you know what? I'm younger than both of them. I am literally younger than both of them by a significant amount.
Right. Yeah. Well, don't hold your breath for her to jump on board. Oh, let me take.
Could you imagine?
No, I can't.
The whole entire world would flip the other way.
Right. That's
everything.
Bizarro world.
I wouldn't believe
that's
it anyway.
100% bizarro world.
At this point, I wouldn't believe it.
No, that's not a thing. What? How?
And the
how
boys do it too. Oh, son of a bitch. It's literally like a kid. It went to sleep while we were talking. My computer went to sleep.
We couldn't figure it out.
That is so sad. And that's the other thing. Technology changes so fast. I can't keep up with it.
Fast.
It's a full-time job in and amongst itself.
Like
how do
DVDs, CDs, those are obsolete.
No,
remember
right?
when those were new? Those were new.
Dude, in my new car, granted, I do have a CD player, but I didn't think it did come with one because Danello's didn't. His was a 2016.
Yeah.
And it didn't come with a CD player.
They don't make them anymore. Same with Macs. My Mac doesn't come with a CD player anymore.
Oh, no, but that's because you just bought the Air one.
No, mine's a full Mac.
The Pro come with them.
It is Mac Pro. Mine's a Mac Pro. No, the Air doesn't either, but mine's a Mac Pro. It's not an Air, because the Air like tapers off to nothing, and it doesn't come with it. But it's like it was the newest one, and they were like, so it doesn't come with a CD. I'm like,
how do they do that? Like, why do they take things away?
Right, like the iPhone
building something up,
like the iPhone that doesn't have the headphone jack. It's like, wait a minute, that's a necessary thing.
Oh, yeah.
What the hell is that? So, I don't know. I don't understand technology because it goes so fast.
Don't you think that kind of brands you too into regular life? Like you look at someone and you're like, you're perfect, but you don't have this. So,
oh God,
goodbye.
I feel like everyone looks at me like that. That's kind of how I go through my life. I'm like, well, this person thinks I'm omitted by this, and this person thinks that I'm missing this, and this person thinks that I need more of this. Like, I mean, that's.
Did you write your list of what you're looking for yet?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good.
It's not finished. It's actually really hard to cut. Okay, do you guys know about this? So you write a list. I think it came from Oprah. Is this Oprah's thing?
I didn't get it from Oprah.
Oh, okay.
I got it from The Secret.
I think she got it from that, and then she kind of turned it into hers. Well, once she says something, it's like, oh, it's Oprah's. Oh,
no kidding.
Like,
I'm gonna send her a skincare in a minute.
Right.
Just kidding. She already loves it. She already loves it. Intensive renewing serum.
You write a list of 100 things that you want in a partner. Right, and this happens every single time.
Oh, see, I wouldn't stop at 100.
I started doing, but it's hard for me to come up with 100 because I start with very, very vague or broad things. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, I want someone who's honest. I want someone who smells good. I want someone who will
Right.
take me out to dinner. And then it starts getting like, I want someone who clips their fucking nose hairs.
Correct.
I want someone who, clips
Right.
their toenails. I'm big
Someone who
on
actually
clipping.
cleans between their toes.
Yeah, exactly.
Someone who wraps up the hose after they use it.
Right, like these are, and you start getting more because you're running out of things, and it's like, oh, I have 89 more to go. My God.
Someone who's totally cool with singing karaoke, but also having a nice, quiet evening at home.
That is 100% one of my things.
And someone who likes
you're
to
not
dress up
okay-
and go to a nice dinner.
If you're not okay with karaoke, we will never work.
And
as a
doesn't feel
couple.
uncomfortable dressed up, but also doesn't feel uncomfortable.
I want someone who
slumping
will
around.
dress up with me on Halloween. If you don't dress up, I'm huge on Halloween.
Janelle never dressed up. Well,
And
I can't
I
say
will-
that. He was a penis one year
And
before I met him.
Jesus Christ, what a perfect
That was his
way
favorite.
to end
It
on.
was
Of
his
course it was.
favorite fucking
Shocking.
costume. He was a big ass dick,
Stop it.
which is ironic in more ways than one.
Stop it.
I'm
I
not
am
kidding.
Dead. Who dressed up? What were you? Were
I
you
wasn't
a
in the
phot-
picture then.
Oh, he was just a random dick walking around. Did he have balls?
Yeah, it had balls. It
I
was
can't.
one of those blow up costumes.
Oh, it was a blow.
What was
See?
even more weird is that it actually fit his body.
Oh my God.
Could you imagine a short person wanting to be that costume? It wouldn't work.
I was gonna say I was so upset that he bought it. Like, what a pussy thing to do to buy a dick costume. That's so funny to me. He bought a costume. What a pussy. Oh, he's a dick. Oh wait, he's a pussy. Oh no, he's a dick. So stupid. Oh, now I can't stop thinking about Halloween costumes. What am I gonna make?
It's coming up.
I'm so excited. I love making Halloween costumes. It's like my favorite thing on the planet. I'm so excited.
You don't have any ideas this year?
No, I mean my initial.
Cameron's already working on his. Did I tell you that?
No, He's so proud of him.
He legit took him, 7 years since I've been in his life?
Yeah.
He's like making his own costume this year.
Oh my God, I want to help him.
He's
so
gonna be a
bad.
guy from Fortnite. He legit, I mean, he went to the Goodwill and bought a jacket, and we bought him spray paint, and he's got this thing he found online, and he's been cutting up the mask, and already. And I'm like, you are ahead of the game, buddy. I hope you wear it to school.
Yeah. Oh, you have.
That would
to.
be a huge win.
Oh, you have to. Yeah. I think I was definitely leading. Did you see Deadpool 2?
Yes.
And there's a character, the black girl Domino,
Yes.
with like so I was like, well, that's easy. I could probably do that. Just throw my hair out, do the little thing, get a black onesie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I was like, maybe that's cool. But I like doing costumes like from scratch. I love
Me
making
too. I do
costumes
too.
from scratch. And I like dressing up with Chance. You know what I mean? Like, I love dressing up with him and having, like, he was Bam Bam last year, and I was Betty Rubble. And so it's like, I like to coincide with my son because I want him to be excited about dressing up and turn it into a thing.
We do that too. We have this jamboree that we've gone to a few years. It kind of coincides with our anniversary, so we haven't gone every year. But they do couples costumes and family costumes. And so
I love that.
Of course, Cameron wants to be this costume, so then Derek calls on board and goes, "Oh, I'll be this guy." And then they're like, "Oh, you guys could be these game players." And I'm like, I don't play the game, so I don't really want to be a avatar.
Right.
I'd rather be the gamers. What if
hell
Danilo
yeah.
and I are legit like the gamers and they're the
God.
game
That's brilliant.
people.
Yeah.
So-
Because you could even go further with that and like make a big like cardboard TV screen or something and then like put it in front of them at some point for pictures and then be playing it while they're on the screen.
Yeah.
Like that, you could go far with that.
Yeah.
That's really, really good.
And we could be like, have the headphones and the things and pretend like we're on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like holding our phone. Like,
Yeah. Put like a fake coffee table next to you with like chips,
Rock
like, spilling
stars,
over,
yeah.
and just, like,
Pizza boxes.
I love that. That's hilarious.
A bathroom bucket.
Yeah, right. Poop in here. I'm not getting up. That's brilliant. Oh my God, I'm so excited for Halloween now. What month is it?
August.
Okay, great. Stay tuned.
Uh-huh.
Hey, you can check us out individually on our websites, chelseabierce.com and lauren-kelly.com to see all the super exciting things we're up to.
And make sure that you like, follow, and share. We're on YouTube. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter at It's Apparent Pod.
And if you wouldn't mind, please review us. We'd love that.
Yeah, make it count. We out.
Boom. Bye.